The Customers Deep Dive report gives you insight into your entire customer history through your store. It's driven by two core models and reports. So the first one being a customer segment view by month. So we look at every customer for a given month and bucket them into four distinct groups. That being active customers, lapsed or churn customers, new customers that you've acquired during that period, or reactivated customers. And that gives you a view of your customer, what we call your customer profile health. And then the second sort of report that drives the report is a customer level table. So at the top here, you will see customer overview scorecards, which is just aggregated customer metrics across your entire store's history. So you can see your total customers, how many of those are active. We define a active customer based off the typical order range. It's usually this median days between orders here. So if someone's purchased within 90 days, in this instance, we're going to call them active, but we sometimes customize that. So that's kind of, we work with you to decide what that active definition should be. You've got new, repeats, profitability, your average customer age. So that's just the time difference between their first ever order and their last order. And then below that, we have the customer profile evolution. So this is a really key way of seeing how your net sort of active customer profile is growing over time. So it's taking all of your active customers, all of your new customers, all of your reactive customers, and then taking away those that have lapsed over that time period to get a view of your net sort of gain over that period. So you can easily see timeframes where potentially you've pulled back on customer acquisition. So this new customer segment has shrunk, and what impact that has on your overall profile. That's easy to also see with this chart below, which is just the aggregated view of all of these segments. So you can see periods where maybe your customer profile has stagnated or even dropped over time, and maybe what has caused that. That kind of notion of what we call the shrinking sponge. So are you prioritizing and marketing to your existing customer base over acquiring new customers to offset your lapsed and your churned over time? And then below that, we've got a order index breakdown. So you can see by order count by customers, percentage of total customers, and percentage of, in this case, CM2 or net revenue. So really nice way to see, majority of my customers have only placed one order, yet, 27% of my CM2 in this case is actually coming from 8% of my customers. So some interesting sort of thought starters there for segmentation, potentially sort of, loyalty programs, and whatnot. And then we've got our customer explorer filters. So this just allows this bottom table to be filtered by all of these options, all of these attributes. You can export this to use how you wish. So it's a nice way to look into specific customer segments by, marketing channel, campaign, discount code if you want to, total orders over a customer's lifetime. So you can really drill into specific sort of customer segments and go from there. So that's the customer's report. Again, would really recommend looking at this customer profile evolution at the end of every month to really understand what's going on underneath the bonnet, so to speak.